to the first episode of the Behave Yourself show. I'm your host, Stephen Herbert. In this instalment of the podcast, I tell the story of how corporate appropriation of beekeeping words led me to Substack and podcasting. Nikki purchased a jar of my honey, and delighted, she posted a photo to Instagram. Hashtags were all the rage a few years ago, and Nikki diligently tagged her photo with "Love Honey." With hashtags, you can search for a particular word or phrase. I clicked on the "Love Honey" tag, yet it wasn't an endless stream of honey jars I saw. Amongst my pot of golden goodness was fetish wear, vibrating toys, and scantily clad women. Honey was in the minority. Love Honey is a corporation which sells sex aids. What puzzles me deeply is that Love Honey does not sell honey. I am not aware of the word honey being associated with anything lewd or raunchy, and the word love doesn't necessarily mean lustful. So what gives with the name?
Good morning, welcome to Love Honey. You're through to reception, speaking to Becky.
Oh, hello there. My name's Stephen Herbert. I've been given your number by your customer care people. I'm writing an article for my Beekeepers Association, and I just really want to check a few facts, if I may.
From the Beekeepers Association?
Yeah, I'm part of a Beekeepers Association, and I've just been tasked with writing an article. It's kind of about love honey. There's sort of a funny little occurrences happen as people buy honey and things from various our members, and as you can imagine, when they stick it on Instagram, they tag it Love Honey, and it's got quite a sort of humorous slant to it. So I just really thought I'd ring up you people. I just wanted to check a few facts. I mean, maybe you could help, I don't know. I've looked on your website and no sign of jars of honey whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
And people would think I live in a cave, but I can't find any slang words for either the word honey or, so I'm sort of at a bit of a loss how the sort of the phrase or the term love honey got to was conceived.
How they came to it?
Yes.
I don't know is the answer to that one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Lovely.
I'm happy with that one.
Fine. From your perspective, do you think honey has a slang term to it?
A slang term?
Yeah.
No, I'm not aware of one.
We've noticed that there's something funny about honey.
A back alley in East London. Hello?
Hi.
Curtis. Kate.
Hey, nice to meet you.
You too. You got bees in here?
Yeah, upstairs on the roof.
Up on the roof. Let's go meet them.
Sure, come in.
Let's go. Oh, look. Oh, my goodness, I so want to lick my finger right now.
Yeah.
Can I?
dare you to.
Can I?
Yeah, you can, but that means you're taking off your veil.
Do you know what? I'm doing it. Just slip my finger up there.
Very brave.
Oh. Let's have a go on your big drill, Eric.
Stop! No hanky-panky. This is a family show.
You're listening to the Behave Yourself show. We don't do hanky-panky.
Yet corporate appropriation of beekeeping terms doesn't stop at love honey. Search for these words and see what you get. For the term honey, the top billing on Google is a coupon promoter. And with the word hive, the top spot goes to a business selling heating control devices. And the term beehive meets a similar fate, with a plethora of firms. And so does the word nectar, a rewards point company. Corporations take these words for their own because people generally have positive associations with them. Words have value, a value invented and earned by countless generations of aporists who conducted their craft in a reputable way. However, some corporations are acting as bad custodians of these words, recklessly allowing their meaning to be besmirched or making the words synonymous with their products. What can aggravate the situation is intellectual property rights. Love Honey, one word, is a trademark, so using that compound word in certain circumstances, might get you into trouble. I contacted the UK Intellectual Property Office, posing as a festival organiser for a beekeeping association, wishing to use the phrase love honey.
Welcome to the Intellectual Property Office. Croeso i'r swyddfa eiddo deallusol. Please note that your call may be recorded for monitoring or training purposes. Good morning, Richard speaking. How can I help?
Oh, hello. I just really want some general advice. I'm part of a beekeepers association. We're organising a honey festival, and we want to advertise it and use the phrase love honey. I understand one or two people said, well, I wouldn't use that if I was you because there's a trademark on it and whatnot. And I've looked into it on your website, and there is a trademark called Love Honey, but it seems to be associated with cosmetics, for want of a better word, adults, paraphernalia, and one or two other things. But one thing it isn't associated with is foodstuffs. There's two words here, love and honey, which are in common parlance of the English language. Is there any prohibition by, just say, an organisation like our Beekeepers Association using the tagline love honey in our adverts for the festival?
I wouldn't have thought so. As long as you're keeping out of the same industries that are already covered under the Love Honey brand.
Lovely.
Then if you're in a completely different industry, it would be hard for them to challenge you on that, because in the end they're dealing with, like you say, cosmetics amongst other things, whereas what you'd be dealing with is beekeeping events and honey and such like that.
Yeah. Just generally speaking, words which are in common parlance, everyday use, I just see difficulties if say, corporations start taking, everyday English words and then taking it for their own, and then everyone else sort of has to worry about sort of, oh, hang on, I can't use this word to advertise things. It does seem a little bit of a minefield for the uninitiated, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. All I can say is that when it comes to things like generic terms and such, yes, they can be quite common in various industries, but in other industries they may not be that common.
Okay.
Which is what would make them acceptable. So it'd be, for example, it's like Apple. Everyone knows that an apple is an item of fruit.
Indeed.
Something. So if, say, for example, a green grocer tried to use it as a name for a business, they'd get turned down as a trademark because of the fact that it describes the type of product that is being provided.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
It's because, as you can see, though, Apple has been used and registered as a trademark, but it's registered only for things like computers, technology, mobile phones, the iPads, software, hardware, stuff like that. So with that, because Apple has no real connection when it comes to generic or descriptiveness, when it comes to software and such, it does mean that it is acceptable in that industry. So if somebody else then came along with a product, a software product, and they called it Apple software, for example, then Apple Incorporated are going to turn around and say, no, you can't use that, we've already got it covered for that.
Okay.
So things like that, but if, say, for example, you went with it and you decided to call yourself Apple Coffee, for example, Apple's coffee shop, then it's different area, different industry, and it's less likely to be challenged.
Okay, fine, great. Okay, thanks for that. That's cleared things up. Thank you ever so much for your time.
Okay, no problem at all.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Beehive Yourself show. Let's see where we go.
Making opportunities so customers can find me online is a big challenge. Indeed, companies like Google and Bing make it their business to be the librarians for the web. They send virtual bots to index websites, which informs search results when you type in the word or phrase. The sad reality is this: if you don't appear on the first page of Google, your potential audience won't find you. This means fewer people get to see your work. For a couple of years I played the SEO game on my website. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, which means you apply a keyword strategy within your writing. In other words, you scatter a specific word or phrase throughout your text. Doing so allows you to rank higher in Google for that particular word. It is also possible to research words which are popular and easy to rank for. A platform called Moz is useful in this regard. Sadly, I found playing the SEO game provided me with limited success. The main difficulty is the near impossibility to rank high for some beekeeping words, particularly if it is used by a large company. Even if you get more traffic to your site, it doesn't mean you get sales, loyalty, or community. My epiphany was when I realised I couldn't win the SEO game. This year Google, supposedly, had a glitch and wasn't indexing new content. This made blog writing futile. The alternative game is to find 1,000 true fans, to quote Kevin Kelly. This means building a community. Social media, I now concede, is the best way to do this. So here is my plan. I create podcasts. Substack will host my podcasts, and in turn I syndicate my shows onto other platforms, for instance Spotify. And as my podcasting develops, I hope, dear listener, to have built a connection with you. Wish me luck. Please consider following my work and podcast on Substack. The link is in the show notes. The show should be available on most places where you find podcasts, and for the time being will be published monthly. But most of all, please remember this: the love of honey doesn't have to be the root of all evil. Thank you for listening to the Behave Yourself show. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the podcast. Support my work by visiting my online shop at behaveyourself.co.uk or subscribe to my Substack. The details are in the show notes. And until next time, stay well.